Nina, you've been following the progression of these talks, the question, will they or won't they, in terms of the Assad regime. What can we expect to get underway tomorrow when the regime's delegation arrives?
Well, the latest development, Nerys, is we can expect representatives from the Syrian government to actually attend. They were postponing and delaying because they were very unhappy with the fact that the main opposition groups wanted one of the main agenda items would be that Assad has no place in a future Syria. But at the 11th hour, Russia managed to broker that is being taken off the agenda, at least in these initial meetings. The UN, of course, their main priority is just keeping everyone around the table and keeping momentum going. Expectations are pretty low in terms of any major breakthroughs in these talks. But if you can get the government representatives there and the key opposition groups, which seem to be there, then at least everyone's around the table. And we did hear from Staffan de Mistura yesterday that he is attempting to get direct negotiations for the first time, and that again would be a breakthrough.
Nina, what would it take to get those direct negotiations? Is Russia going to, for example, have to put pressure on both the opposition, which is in contact with, and certainly on the Bashar Assad regime?
Well, again, I think we've already seen, Kalev, that the main sticking point for Assad's representatives is they still want him to play a key role in at least a transition. And the gains that he has made on the ground, certainly in recent weeks, with the assistance of Russian airstrikes, almost seem to suggest that he really should have a place at the table, at least symbolically, because he's just, you know, the Syrian army has gained so much territory there. We see what's going on the ground in eastern Ghouta, for example, right now. But again, the opposition is not going to like this. But the opposition is still very fragmented. There was a big conference in Riyadh last week, and aiming at trying to get some kind of consensus going. And there's one emerging figure that's probably going to be very important as the weeks and months go on, Nasser Hariri. And he is the new leader of one of the main opposition groups, the High Negotiating Council. They exist in exile in Istanbul. But he's known as a cardiologist. He's not a professional politician. And he's also spent some time in jail in Syria. So he's quite a compelling figure, and he's the new face of at least one of the main opposition groups.